Hey everyone, welcome back to the show. Today we're looking at a pretty surprising turn of events in the art world that sparked a lot of conversation on social media. It turns out that the Toledo Museum of Art decided to pull a then unusual exhibition involving glass cannabis pipes, an art project that was slated to showcase some pretty intricate handcrafted pieces by an artist going by the name Marble Slinger. The exhibit, which promised to push the boundaries of contemporary glass art, was scheduled to display a series of handmade glass cannabis pipes, bongs, that were designed to highlight the relationship between cultural objects and their artistic reinterpretations. From the little we know, the show was described as pioneering, meant to bring a new eye to everyday tools and to challenge how we view cannabis-related paraphernalia as cultural artifacts. Marble Slinger, whose work often reflects on the intersection of art and everyday life, would have been a key part of the narrative, providing a creative lens on objects that have historically been stigmatized. Fast forward to the announcement that the Toledo Museum of Art would not go ahead with the exhibition. The decision was made public on the museum's website and was met with a mix of surprise and debate from fans of contemporary glasswork, advocates for cannabis normalization, and the general public who follow what the museum chooses to exhibit. What we do know is that the museum's board or curatorial team made a choice that suggests they had concerns about public reception, curatorial appropriateness, or perhaps logistical issues with displaying such objects. The museum's statement was concise, noting they had decided to cancel the show for reasons it didn't elaborate on. This raw, lack of detail approach left many speculating in the community forums and on Twitter. It's important to point out that this move has pointed the conversation toward larger cultural questions. Should museums embrace more contentious everyday objects in their narratives? How do institutions balance public expectations with artistic freedom? And in a landscape where marijuana legalization transmitted a lot of new sentiment, should symbols tied to the drug be displayed as pure art, or should they risk alienating voters or donors? As we're digesting this piece of art news, it's useful to remember the fact that the Toledo Museum of Art had a reputation for modern, sometimes provocative pieces. That makes the cancellation all the more intriguing. What do we say when a museum backtracks on a show that aims to integrate a cultural object like a bong? The conversation is now around how museums can step outside traditional themes while still staying true to their institutional mission. To wrap up, the Toledo Museum's cancellation of the glass cannabis pipe exhibit is a small but significant window into how cultural institutions navigate the balance between innovation and public reception. It also reminds us that even with progressive aims, real-world constraints can alter the way art reaches its audience. That's all for today's segment. Thanks for listening, and if you want to hear more about how museums adapt to the changing cultural conversation, stay tuned to our channel for future episodes.